Good morning, students. A message for you today is the starting point of all achievement is desire. Today we will discuss transversal of parallel lines and the relationship between angles of that are made by transversal when it cut to parallel line. Before starting our today's topic, let's recall what we have learned in our previous class. We have learned pair of lines like parallel lines, intersecting lines. Then transversal we have studied, and that angles made by a transversal. Okay, like corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, exterior angles that we have studied in our previous class. Now our today's topic is transversal of parallel line. When we draw a transversal on a pair of parallel lines, you can see here I have drawn a transversal on a pair of parallel lines. We get many relationships between the angles that are made by this transversal. Now we will talk about those relationships that are already established. The first relationship that we will discuss is if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, each pair of corresponding angles are equal in measure. Okay. If you remember, if I say this is angle 1, what will be its corresponding angles? This angle. Say this is angle 2. So according to this relation, angle 1 equals to angle 2 because they are a pair of corresponding angles. So how many pair of corresponding angles we will get? If this is angle 3, its corresponding angle will be this, angle 4. That will also be equal. Now, if this is angle 5, its corresponding angles will be this one, say angle 6. So angle 5 will be equals to angle 6, and if it is angle 7, it will be angle 8. They will also be equal. Okay. So when a transversal cut two parallel lines, we get 4 pair of corresponding angles, and according to this relationship they are equal in measure. Okay. Using this relationship, let's see what we get. We can see that these 4 pair of corresponding angles are equal. Now this angle 3 and angle 7, they are also equal. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angle. vertically opposite angles are equal in measure, that we know. Okay, and this angle 7 and angle 8, these are corresponding angles, so they are equal. Now, using these two relationship, what can I say? Angle 3 equals to angle 8. That means this angle equals to this angle, angle 8. And these are alternate interior angle. This angle 3 and angle 8 are alternate interior angle. Same way, we can prove angle 1 equals to angle 6. They are also another pair of alternate interior angle. So what can we conclude from here? We can say that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, each pair of interior angles are equal. Each pair of alternate interior angle are equal in measure. Again, we can see that this angle 3 and angle 1, angle 3 plus angle 1 equals to 180 degree because they are linear pair. And we have already established this angle 1 equals to angle 6 because they are alternate interior angle. They are alternate interior angle. Now in place of 1 I can write angle 6. So using this relationship, this equation, I can write this first one as angle 3 plus angle 6 equals to 180 degree. Same way, I can prove that angle 1 plus angle 8 equals to 180 degree. That means this angle and this angle, if we add, it is 180 degree. So angle 3 and angle 6 are supplementary, and angle 1 and angle 8 also supplementary. Okay. So if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. Same side of the transversal. These both 3 and 6, they are in the left hand side, and this angle 1 and angle 8 on the right hand side. Okay. So we have got three relationships when in case of transversal of parallel lines. First is this corresponding angles. Each pair of corresponding angles are equal in measure. Next is alternate interior angles are equal in measure, and this each pair of interior angles on the same side of a transversal are supplementary. Means this angle plus this angle and this angle are supplementary, and this angle and this angle are supplementary. Now a question may come in your mind that why so many angles for transversal of parallel lines are equal. Okay, so this can be proved by mathematical expression that we will study in class 9 using complex theorem, not now. Now, how will you identify or how will you know which all angles are corresponding angles? If you look at this, whenever there is this ape letter or ape shape, that will be corresponding angles. You can see that one ape has formed here. This angle and this angle are corresponding angles. If this parallel line and it is a transversal, so this angle and this angle will be corresponding angles. And if this is parallel lines and this is a transversal, this and this will be a pair of corresponding angles. In each case, they have formed a F. An easy way to identify alternate angles are whenever they form a Z-like shape, you can easily identify this alternate angle. Here you can say this, it looks like Z, and this angle are alternate angle, and this angle, they are alternate angles. If two lines are parallel, then you know that a transversal give rise to pair of equal corresponding angles, pair of equal alternate interior angles, and interior angles on the same side of the transversal being supplementary. Okay. Now, when two lines are given, is there any method to check if they are parallel or not? Okay. When a transversal cuts two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles are equal, then the lines have to be parallel. Okay. Say, look at the letter Z. The horizontal segments here are parallel because the alternate interior angles are equal. When a transversal cuts two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, the lines have to be parallel. Okay. Let's draw a line, this L. Draw another line M perpendicular to L. This is L and this is M. Now again draw a line P such that P is perpendicular to this line M. You find that this one is P. You find that P and L, they are parallel. How? This is because you draw P such that this angle and this angle 1, this is 90 degree and this is also perpendicular, so this is also 90 degree. So angle 1 and angle 2, how much it is? Angle 1 plus angle 2 equals to 180 degree. Thus, when a transversal cuts two lines such that pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, the lines have to be parallel. So you can see these three conditions we can use in a reverse way to prove that if a transversal cuts two lines and if any of one gets fulfilled, any of this one condition gets fulfilled, then you can say those two lines must be a pair of parallel lines. Okay. So if you can prove pair of equal corresponding angles, like when a transversal cuts two lines and any pair of corresponding angles, they are equal in measure, then you can say those lines will be parallel lines. If you can prove this pair of alternate interior angles are equal in measure when a transversal cuts two lines, then you can say those lines will be parallels. And if you can prove that interior angles on the same side of the transversal being supplementary, then those two lines must be a parallel line. Okay, so using this in reverse way, you can prove that when a transversal cuts two lines, they will be parallel or not. That's all for today. Thank you.